How to use tanks in Battlefield 1, Newbie and Hater Edition. Hello guys and gals, it is Viking Warlord here with a how-to for the tanks in Battlefield 1. Been seeing a lot of people out there giving their comments and input on the tanks, and I thought maybe I would attempt to clarify and or enlighten some people. The tanks in Battlefield 1, in my playing of the beta, found them to be very good. Plain and simple. The whole thing with the tanks is they are your mobile spawn point, and you need a crew that is, I guess, how do you put it? You need a crew that is aware of the situation surrounding the area your tank's moving into and whatnot. I mean, as a solo vehicle, taking a tank into an area when nobody's with you to watch your sides and back is dumb. Your tank's gonna last about, 5 minutes, and you're gonna get blown up. If you got your crew in there, guy in the back, your team is constantly spawning in on you, hopping out of the tank, capping, you can run a map, I think, as you can see in this. I mean, watch this video footage of me in the tank during the open beta and time how long I'm in it. I don't remember this clip, but I could possibly be in it the whole round. And it's really key, people are saying that the tanks are too powerful. It's World War I. There is not tank busting technology at the time. Your anti-tank grenades as an assault class should not be able to one-shot a heavy tank like what I'm driving here. It's stupid, and my mind hurts when I listen to people comment on the tanks. The tank is a tool to get in to the points, and this is my opinion, from playing Battlefield. You roll in there, and they're not invincible. If you got guys, say the enemy is trying to, counterattack your flag capture, got a couple guys with AT rifles, a couple guys with the anti-tank grenades or mines. I didn't see one person lay mines in this beta. I mean, if you're capping D or A here, lay some mines down. I mean, look at the brush on the ground. I was not paying attention. I could have easily hit the mines because nobody was using them. I wasn't even worried about mines because I didn't see one player put mines down during the beta. You use the tanks, and again, this is my opinion, you use the tanks in Battlefield to cap flags and get some cover to your squad. Eventually people are going to get with this. I mean, I don't know, it's like the void of Battlefield. Nobody remembers how to play it or something. I mean, some of you guys out there are playing Battlefield 4 still, so I don't know what the problem is. It's a tool, and in this game, if the tanks were gone, and we'll get into the types of tanks for the different types of tanks and what I think about the different types of tanks. But this heavy tank, if you see what I'm doing, I'm rolling back and forth to enemy cap flags, and I am just hoping people spawn in on me to support me, to get, whatever. You need to realize too, when you take damage, like say I take damage, you take damage while you're capping a flag. As soon as the gunners in your tank clear out the enemy threat, you need to get on that repair. You should be repairing your tanks whenever you have downtime. That's one of the keys. Yeah, see how I'm turning here? I'm turning to the side a little bit because my gun isn't going to be able to take out the snipers as good as the side gunners or the infantry on the ground that may be running up on me. I just got a kill on that tank over there. So I'm taking out the heavy threats that have a chance to take us out big time. And the gunners should be mopping up all the scrubs running around. You know, this guy right here pops in for cover. He's a smart guy. He gets behind me on mobile cover. That right there is good battlefield play. Look at that. He's using me as cover, and I'm sitting there letting the gunners do their thing because they're going to be a lot better at mopping up the mess. So here we're in the heavy tank. The heavy tank has the primary fire has a tank shell and an anti-personnel. Anti-personnel is good. People are saying it's overpowered. If you happen to be one man in the tank, if the enemy can get behind you, you're screwed. I noticed that the turning radius on this thing is slow. The turning radius is slow, so if a guy gets up next to me and I have no side gunners, you could easily drop a mine and I'll hit it while I'm turning. Excuse me. But yeah, I keep pulling to the side, getting those gunners so they can see what's going on and coming up on the sides because my field of view is crap. You know, it's like 120 degree where I can use my gun unless I turn. So this video is, I think, a very good theory, working theory on how to use tanks to cap flags. People will get hip to it. I'm sure once the game gets going, you know, full bore, there's going to be a lot of people that can take these tanks out more. I don't think they need to be nerfed. I don't think the armor needs to be nerfed. I don't think the weapons need to be nerfed. We'll see as the game. Like, there's a guy hitting me with the rocket. I can't even see him barely. You know, so it's not impossible, people. Let's see. There's the land ship, which has the machine gun on the front for the driver, and he can pop into the machine gun on the back. His field of view is horse shit. So that's not even a big thing. With the land ship, you need to have 2 good gunners on the side. And you should be able to roll the map then. And you got to remember to use your crates, your ammo crates, and your med packs. A land ship, I think, is better than this heavy tank because of the two cannons out the side. A lot better. They have the same shot, anti-personnel shot, and they got their whatever, the regular tank shot. It's pretty good. Another thing I noticed, I don't think you can do it in this heavy tank, but people can jump up on top of the land ship, and there's nothing you can do about it. So if you got a guy with TNT and there's a tank that's dumb enough to go into the cities and you're on the roof, jump on that thing. Get on there. Fire a couple of TNTs on the top, boogie town, or suicide yourself if you need to. It's not really a problem. And another thing too is the artillery, the cannons they're strewn about the battlefield. Those things bust tanks up like nothing. I never saw people jumping on those. I mean, you get two, 3 shots into a tank, even the heavy tank, I think, with the artillery, like what's on top, and it's nuts. You'll tear the tank up. It's done for. If someone was shooting at me with an artillery right now, I'd be crapping my pants. But nobody was doing it. So, I mean, there's many countermeasures for tanks. So I talked about the land ship. The land ship is good. The heavy tank is good as a mobile spawn point. I mean, you just got to remember to repair in the downtime. Before, like when you're capping a flag and you got gunners in there covering you, repair. This little light tank there's a lot of controversy over that to my right, little land tank. They should definitely make that a two-man tank, a gunner and a driver slash, cannon. I don't know what you call it, cannon shooter. I think they need to nerf the turning speed. I think that the turret should move slower, or it should only be like a 200-degree radius in the front, and maybe you can't turn 360 with the light tank. I think that would help. It is overpowered. The light tanks are, I thought, pretty quick, and the turning radius on the turret is too fast. It's like how when you're running around on the ground, it is almost like a gun. It should have less play. I swear, I don't know. I wasn't alive in World War I, but the tank, how do you turn a turret as fast as you can spin a gun? That's ridiculous. It should be heavy and grinding. Infantry should be able to run around a tank faster than the tank turret can follow him, but that's just my opinion. The light tanks, I have a feeling, will be balanced more, so I don't really want to get into them, and I didn't even use them that much, because when I used them in this, I thought the armor was pretty light. I was getting killed pretty fast when I was in a light tank. But they are good. I mean, they shouldn't be taken out of the game. They're good, but they need tweaking. Two-man crew to run it efficiently, I think. The gunner and I think that they should get, in the light tank, they should get rid of the anti-personnel shot and just have like a machine gunner, kind of like Battlefield 4, with the tank man and the gunner. I think that would be a reasonable switch, some kind of balance like that. There's artillery trucks, I think, like a Jeep truck thing. I don't know what it's called or what it is, but an artillery truck. And that thing, I think the rate of fire on it for the artillery was pretty ridiculously fast. That was but it was light armor. You could take it out with a couple tank shots. I'm trying to think about what else. The armored Jeeps, those are amazing, but nobody seems to want a gun in them. You can have a gunner in the passenger seat riding shotgun with a machine gun, and in the turret. And that thing is quick. I mean, you can zip around, whip circles around the sea to cap it. They're great. It's using them to cap flags is where it's at, I'm telling you. Even the Jeeps they're a little unprotected, but if you're running around in circles, I mean, look at all these potholes from the bomber and stuff. I can barely move. But you need to be using these tanks, people, as mobile spawn points, and I don't know how to emphasize it more. It's key to good battlefield play. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say about it. That's how you should use the tanks. I mean, if you're hopping in it just to travel to the first spawn point and then you bail out and leave the tank there and run, you're really hurting your team as far as someone that actually wants to use it with a proper intent. And I mean, that's a battlefield thing, people hopping in the vehicles just to get to that first point, and then they ditch it, and then the enemy can pick it up. Another thing too is don't get out of the tank. I mean, if there's a dude running around you and he doesn't look like he's a threat as far as like having any kind of anti-tank weapons, don't even worry about him. I mean, get popping out to kill him, and then if you get killed and he gets your tank, oh god, that is just one of the worst decisions you can do as a tank commander. But overall, the tanks are great. I love how you feel armored, you feel protected, and I feel like that is how it should be in these older games. So hopefully some of these tips maybe enlightened you. Maybe you already knew this and you were doing it. First place again, 20 kills, 3 deaths. Ultimate Tank Commander, guys. Have a great time. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.